Welcome back to Arcadia Fallen. In the last episode, we got caught in the rich guy's house. We stole the stuff from his safe, which included some suspicious maps that suggests that there may be a massive prison beneath the city. Demon prison, not like a human prison or anything. Not that that's necessarily better, but you know. And then we went out through a magical bookcase door that may or may not be known to exist by the rich guy. Anyway, the tunnel continues down and away. You hurry along but hear no signs that Goldner and his men are following you. It appears you're safe. For now. The forest is pitch black, the crowns of the trees obscuring any light the moon may have provided. You step out of the doorway in a large oak tree, the magical door snapping shut behind you when Michael, as the last one, steps through.
That's a relief.
Finally, no more tunnels.
Mime hugs the nearest tree in relief, but the rest of your group is less ecstatic. Caden, in particular, is staring at the broken remains of his sword with a faraway look in his eyes.
I'm sorry. I've led you on a fruitless chase. And for what?
Actually...
I wouldn't say that.
Anne walks up to the Outlander and picks up the hilt of the sword from his hand to study it curiously.
We did learn more about what we're dealing with. We might be able to salvage something from this situation yet.
How curious.
That's uncharacteristically optimistic of you, Anne. Are you sure you're not just saying that so you can tinker away at Caden's broken sword?
I can't believe this.
That's not... It's merely a professional curiosity and nothing else.
Good grief. We're safe.
Well...
We might not have gotten exactly the outcome we wanted, but we got out unscathed. That's all that matters.
Artemis is right. Even if it wasn't exactly a smooth heist, we just broke into a mansion together. I say we did pretty awesome, all things considered.
You return home. Chapter 3. A Secret of Blood.
So, I called you all here to talk about what I've discovered.
After you return from your successful heist, you decide to lay low for a bit to recover and go through the evidence you've uncovered. When Anne eventually calls a meeting, you enter her lab to find the place plastered with notes and drawings. The mage is holding a cup of strong-smelling coffee, and her voice seems a tad more on the shrill side than usual.
So...
I have been examining this map we found at Goldner's mansion, and I'm confident in my initial theory that the underground of the mine is, in fact, a giant seal keeping these demons trapped. The positive news is that the seal is so massive that the damage is only minimal, which is why we've only seen a few demons leak out into the town.
Oh, really?
I think we've encountered, 4 of these things so far? I wouldn't call that minimal.
Boy, do I have bad news for you then. The massive scale of the seal suggests that there are many, many more demons lying in wait on the other side, ready to be let loose. Victoria shifts her stance slightly, looking uncomfortable.
I just don't understand.
When I told Goldner that the mining was disrupting the seal, he refused to believe me. But it turns out he had this map proving it all along.
You'd be surprised how many people are able to bend their own reality to pretend they are not doing anything wrong.
He probably thinks this is all some big mage conspiracy.
He was trying to get the knights to come and investigate.
They won't come.
What?
Alethea and the Paragon himself are determined to keep this under wraps. More knights would complicate this.
I can't believe this.
They can't just turn a blind eye to what's happening here and expect it to go away.
They're not. They're waiting for us to fix it for them.
How does this...
But why take the risk? What are they afraid of?
About that.
I don't know, but I intend to find out.
Her tone makes everyone pause. Not even Michael dares to comment. But that's for me to figure out. Anne, please continue.
That's not all.
So yeah, getting back on topic. Caden's idea of fixing the broken part of the seal still seems like our safest bet. But knowing what we do now about the sheer scale of this seal, it's clear that he never had the power needed to repair it. I mean, the entire valley is all just part of this huge spell. A single dragon sword isn't going to cut it.
What are you saying?
I'm saying, you're pretty lucky that Minor interrupted you when he did, because the ritual would never have worked in the first place. Most likely, the sword would have had its power sucked out completely, and the spell would have taken your life force with it, before doing Aletharos knows what to the surrounding area. Instead, it rebounded and drew its missing energy from another power source. Basically, sucking it through the roots like a straw.
Oh.
The forest.
I don't understand.
What are you talking about?
I see.
A big part of the woods had its life force drained from it all of a sudden. Seems like it was caused by your ritual. One mystery down.
I see.
I suppose that's one less mystery for us to worry about.
Caden gets up and abruptly storms out of the shop. Hey, wait, you can't just... Victoria gets up to follow, but Michael puts a hand on her shoulder, halting her. Let him go. He needs a moment to let that one settle. Even in this state, he's no fool. He won't get caught again. Victoria shrugs off his hand, but stays put for now.
Look,
You should probably go talk with him later, Artemis. Though, for now, we really should figure out what to do.
About that.
Right. And what would you suggest? Is there a way to fix a seal this big?
It's not going to be easy. I still need to study the seal in more detail. I'm certain of one thing, though. Whatever ritual we might end up using, it's going to need power. Like, a lot of it. And that's where our dear alchemist friend comes in.
The joys of the protagonist. Oh great, it's me again. Saving the day. To no one's surprise.
So,
I mentioned to you earlier that your spirit locket is quite special. The power it possesses grows stronger each time you seal away another demon, but you haven't yet accessed that power, and I'm starting to understand why. It's missing something, a few key components, to connect the mechanism. It's quite odd, actually. It's almost like they used to be there, but have since been removed. I could take a closer look and build the missing pieces, but then we would still need... more demons.
Exactly. The main issue is a simple lack of power. We need more demons to fuel the spell needed for this.
Got it.
How many?
let me take a look.
Artemis already captured 4 demons. One more of them the same size as the other might do the trick, though I could make a more precise calculation for you.
So that's how it is.
That won't be needed. We know what we have to do. Victoria's sharp eyes zero in on you, and you swallow. It's clear what
This is it.
clear what must be done then.
Not bad.
I'm glad you see it that way.
This is the plan.
The hunt begins in the morning. You better rest up and prepare.
Actually,
I would also like a bit of your time soon. There's still much to learn about your locket, and I'm eager to get started. So much for getting some rest. It's right back into the fire for us.
The meeting concludes and everyone walks off to do their separate things. There's no sign of Caden.
hear me out.
I'm kind of worried. I think we should go look for him, Artemis.
I agree. He shouldn't be out there alone. I'm worried.
Let's go.
Then let's go find him. Come on.
The forest is ominously quiet at night, and Mime is walking very close to you as you step between the dead trees. Eventually, you spot the familiar glow of Caden's markings. He's standing by one of the dead trees, deep in thought. Then he turns around and punches the tree and it cracks, leaving a deep dent in the dry wood.
Okay. Maybe you should be the one talking to him, yes? One person is probably best. I'll just be standing over here.
Whatever protest you had doesn't matter, because Mime's already gone. Nothing to do but approach him on your own. Are you okay? You walk up to him carefully.
So,
Hey there, Caden. Are you alright?
Caden whips around to face you, visibly startled.
Huh?
Artemis! What are you doing? Sorry, I didn't mean for you to see that. What are you even doing out here alone? It isn't safe.
about that.
I was worried about you. Do you want to talk about it?
I see.
You don't have to do that. I don't want to burden you with my worries.
About that.
You're our friend, Caden. We're in this together, so of course I won't just leave you to deal with whatever this is on your own.
Huh?
I didn't expect that. Thank you, my friend.
So,
Why don't you try explaining to me what's going on?
Caden takes a deep breath and looks around at the dead trees. He looks so very pained.
The elders at home always tell me I act too rashly. That I am too emotional when making decisions. And they were right. Look at this mess. The forest was ruined because I wanted to play at being the hero.
You were trying to help.
you were just trying to help, though. No one could have predicted things turning out the way they did.
But it was predicted. Foretold, even. And I am sorry, friend. But I haven't been honest with you. I wasn't sent by my people to solve this.
No?
In fact, they forbade me from going, predicting that something like this would happen. And yet, I went anyway.
I mean, given what you went through with Goldner, I can hardly blame you for not trusting us at first.
You are way too forgiving.
Maybe, but I'd rather be that than the other way.
I deceived you in order to hide my mistakes. But even that failed miserably. The sword is broken. There's no hiding anymore. I never had the right to wield that blade. I took it, thinking the end result would be worth breaking a few rules for. I was arrogant, and this forest paid the price for my foolishness. I cannot return to my people in such disgrace. I honestly don't know what to do from here.
Oh, this is a tough one to think about. Because both of these are good things to strive for. I'm going to think about it off camera so that you don't have to sit and stare at me pondering for 20 minutes. See you in the next one. Bye-bye!